Hi everyone, my name is Grace and welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year, happy new decade. It's 2020. It's gonna be our year, gonna be our decade. And this is the year that I'm gonna kickstart my YouTube channel. So if you like what you see, subscribe. Subscribe please. But yeah, this is my first like proper video, like my first like talking video. And today's video is going to be on how to learn a new language, because a lot of people, like, their New Year's resolutions is to learn a new language, right? Maybe you're too broke, to pay for like a language class, and so you want to self-teach, but you don't really know like where to start, that kind of thing. Because a lot of people, like, the only ever situation where they've learned the language is like in a class, like at school, right? And so self-teaching is a bit new. So I'm here to talk about like the general tips. This isn't like all there is to learning a new language. It's just kind of like how to start, like how you should do it. I'll definitely be making more videos on like how to learn a language, because there's so much to it, but this is kind of like the general tips for success, because a lot of people, they start and then they quit, they stop because it's too hard, or they hit like a plateau like really like early on. And I think these tips are just gonna be good for like, if you want to like keep going, you actually want to like achieve fluency, so yeah. um just some backstory. So I'm learning Japanese, Mandarin, Cantonese, and French. I do learn French at school, but I think like my French is at a level where it's better than what I learn at school. And so when I learn French, it's not like I'm studying for school, or it's not like I'm doing what we learn in school. I'm doing something different. So it is kind of like I'm self-teaching, if that makes sense, yeah. And then Japanese, Cantonese, and Mandarin, I don't have any teacher, and I just do that by myself. So yeah, I will be making videos like in those languages, so you can like see, like, like how good I am, like my level. But for now, you're just gonna have to take my word and trust me that I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I learned four, so I think I've learned like the general like rules for success, because I'm still learning, I'm still keeping at it, and yeah. So I have like three golden rules, like three rules. I'm gonna expand on them, but there's not really that many tips. Three is really all I have. For now anyway. This is just like the basics, right? The first one is to listen to that language as much as possible. So you need to like fully immerse yourself in the language. Watch TV, watch YouTube videos, listen to songs, all that. You need to just do that as much as possible. I will make videos on like how to learn Japanese, how to learn Chinese, and then I will there I'll talk about like what I watch and what I listen to for Japanese, for Chinese. But you just need to go out there and find some stuff on the internet. If you like pop, listen to pop but in French. So actually find music that you actually like, and then so that you actually want to listen to it, and you'll actually listen to a lot because you like the music, not because you're learning French, if that makes sense, or you're learning Japanese or whatever. You're actually listening to it because you like the song. Find music, find movies that are interesting, TV shows, TV dramas, stuff like that, and watch and listen and immerse yourself completely. Because the best way to learn a language is to actually go to the country and actually live there. But obviously, you can't do that. And so you want to kind of create an environment where that's as similar to that as possible, That's how babies learn, they learn by being immersed in language, and so that's what you want to do. So immersing yourself will help your listening, you want to get used to the language, because a lot of people, when they learn in a class and they just don't really get immersed in the language, then they go to the country or they try to speak with native speakers and they can't understand what they're saying because they're not familiar enough with the language. You need to be familiar with it to understand it. Immersing yourself can also help your speaking. So like with songs, by singing along, you're gonna, as long as you sing, when you sing you actually sound like them, then it's gonna really help your pronunciation. Also, when you watch YouTube videos or TV dramas or movies, a really good technique is parroting. So like everything that they say, you need to repeat. Obviously not everything, you can't do everything, but honestly like 70% of what they're saying, try and repeat. Sometimes I pause just to say it, because you need to say it, and say it and do it as many times until you sound just like them, because that's the only way that you're going to sound like a native speaker. You need to parrot them, you need to copy their expressions. Like, language is not just the words, but like their exclamations, their expressions and stuff like that. That's really going to help you sound like sound really natural, you know. So you can start off by watching TV dramas and stuff with subs, I'd say, but then there should be a point where you start watching without subs, and I think that's pretty early on, really. Like, once you've built like a solid foundation, you know the basic grammar, you know basic 1000 or 100 words, then you can start watching without subs, and you're not going to understand, obviously you're not going to understand a lot. So I would recommend watching like YouTube videos, because TV dramas and movies are really long, you know. You're going to lose concentration if you don't understand. So watch YouTube videos that are like 10 minutes long, 5 minutes long, without subs. And so they're short, so you can watch them over and over again, right? And even though you can't really understand, the more you watch, the more you're gonna understand, because of obviously their expressions, their hand gestures, their body language, you know, pictures, what's actually going on. You can kind of guess what they're talking about based on what you can see. And then you'll figure out that you're going to actually start to understand the words that are associated with what's going on, right? And you're actually going to understand. I'll talk more about this, but watching without subs is honestly really important, I think. And a lot of people are like, why would you do that? You don't understand what's going on. But when you watch with subs, you don't actually concentrate on the language, you just read the subs. And so it's really important to watch without subs, so you can really like force yourself to listen to everything and try and grasp onto like every word and try and understand like what's going on. My second tip is to speak to native speakers. You're never gonna speak fluently if you don't speak. I will say that. You're never gonna speak the language if you don't speak the language. So you need to speak to native speakers. You need to speak as early as possible. And I know it's really nerve-wracking. Honestly, it's actually quite nerve-wracking, because you don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to make mistakes, right? But just do, like, make mistakes, because mistakes are the only way that you're going to improve. The earlier you speak, the better the quicker you will learn the language, and the quicker you'll be able to become fluent, I think. Because the more you speak with people, you will learn new words from your conversation, and you'll be able to practice your fluency. You'll be able to practice speaking fluently, because a lot of people, like, they can actually understand. This is kind of me with my French. I feel like I can understand. I'm in Japanese. I can understand a lot, but then for me to actually get the words out, so I understand what the words mean, but for me to actually get them out, it's more difficult. So you want to speak so that you can actually practice, like, putting together sentences and actually thinking in that language, right? Because you can understanding and speaking are two very different things, I think. So speaking is very important as early as possible. Even if you're speaking with broken grammar and you're just speaking with words, as long as they understand what you're saying, then that's a start, and that's honestly you're one step closer to becoming fluent. And my third tip is to have a structured way of learning the language. And what I mean by that is like using a textbook or a podcast series or a video series on YouTube, but something that actually structures the way that you learn and introduces the grammar points at appropriate times, you know, because I find that if you just kind of learn by just watching, like, type in how to speak Japanese and just watch whatever, or Japanese for beginners, and just kind of watch whatever videos come up, you're gonna have a lot of gaps in your knowledge. And so you want to have a textbook or a podcast series or an online series, something, right, that's gonna actually guide you through the language and take you through everything, and make sure that when you're at intermediate level, you know that you've learned everything that you need to know to be like at that stage, you know. Because I find that with Cantonese, there's not many resources to learn Cantonese, because not many people learn Cantonese. It's not really a popular language, right? And so I don't really have too much structure in how I learn, because there's not many things out there, to be honest. And so I find that, like, now I'd say, because I've been learning Cantonese for about 2 years now, so I can say that my Cantonese is quite good. Like, I can speak with native speakers, I can have conversations, I can understand videos and stuff like that. But sometimes there will be times where I don't know, like, a really basic word, like a really basic beginner word, I don't know that. And I've been learning it for 2 years now, but I know I can say communication. I can say more difficult, complex language, right? But then I can't say cupboard or radiator, something like that, right? And it's because I had no structure. And so there's now gaps in my knowledge, and you don't want that. You really don't want that. So make sure that you do find something. There's a lot of free stuff out there. Maybe you have to put in some money. Definitely when I make my videos on French, Japanese, Cantonese, and Mandarin, I will talk about what I use. But yeah, those are all my tips for learning a new language. I know this video was kind of I'm really nervous, let me just say. Like, I was saying a lot and like a lot because it's my first like ever YouTube video ever like talking. I'm putting it out there, so I'm actually quite nervous, I won't lie. Like talking to a camera. So yeah, just bear with me. I'm sure I'll become more comfortable the more videos I put. But if you are learning languages, tell me what you learn in the comments below. And if you have any more tips for learning a language, I'm sure there definitely are more. I will make more videos, but put them in the comments below and tell me what language you learn and stuff like that. And we can just talk about learning languages because they're really fun. They're really great, you know. And yeah, if you're watching this video because you want to start learning a language, tell me what you want to learn. I'm really interested. But yeah, also subscribe, like this video, share with all your friends for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.